It's a nice sunny day here in Wolcott, Connecticut, and we're gonna go revisit one of my old friends, the Sherman tank. Pressed Patriot here, and we're gonna take another look at the M4A3E8 Easy 8 Sherman tank in Wolcott, Connecticut.
The M4A3E8 was the ultimate American evolution of the Sherman tank. It had upgraded suspension, tracks, armor, and weaponry. It served from World War II to Korea, and then after the war, it was further upgraded by our Israeli allies for use in the Middle East.
Sherman tank had a standard World War II crew layout of 5, commander, the commander's cupola on top on the lookout for enemies, gunner who aimed and fired the main cannon and the coaxial machine gun, a bow gunner whose only job was mainly just to look out for enemy infantry in front of the tank and serve as a backup crew member if needed, the driver who controlled the entire machine, moving it where to go, and the loader who kept the weapons maintained and loaded the main cannon. This tank had a decent weapon loadout. We have the main cannon. On the Easy 8, this was a 76mm cannon, which had a bigger shell, bigger propellant charge compared to the earlier 75mm cannon. We have the coaxial machine gun, 30-06, 1919, mounted inside the turret. We have the bow gunner's machine gun here, another 1919, 30-06. And on top, we would have an M2 50 caliber Modus. All-purpose, anti-air, anti-infantry, anti-everything.
I want to show you what I'm talking about. Let's go to the book. Armored Thunderbolt by Steven Zaloga. This is an excellent all-purpose Sherman tank book. Talks about World War II, talks about the tank's development, what it was good for, what it was not good for. Let's see some pictures. The Sherman evolved over time. Note the short, stubby barrel of the 75mm cannon, and the new turret and longer barrel on the Easy 8. And now look at this thing. That bigger shell is the 76mm shell, and that was capable of piercing the German Panther and Tiger from the front.
One of the upgrades for the Easy 8 is a wide track to help support the weight of a bigger turret, a bigger cannon, and more armor. Let's take a look at the side. Giant drive sprockets that propel the entire vehicle, road wheels, and another distinguishing feature, the horizontal volute spring suspension. As implied by the name, the springs are horizontal versus vertical in this case, and that helped to better distribute the weight and give this tank good speed, good maneuverability, even though it was heavier than its predecessors. There were some engine variants, but the main one on the Easy 8 model was a V8 with a 450 horsepower engine, capable of moving this thing between 100 and 150 miles, depending on the terrain and the loadout. The whole idea of engines catching on fire wasn't unique to the Sherman, and it was way overblown in the media. That could be said of any tank, whether it was gas-powered or diesel, but it wasn't the engine catching fire, except for the German Panthers and Tigers. Those did catch fire, driving off the transports. But for all the good tanks in the war, when you were hit with a penetrating shell, sometimes it ignited the ammo stowage. There are shells stored all throughout this thing, and if you hit one and it goes off, it could set them all off and you get a cook-off. But with our wet ammo racks, we solved that problem. We started putting ammunition in a special flame-retarding chemical, so even when they were hit with a penetrating hit, you were safe from the entire tank going off.
Damn that son. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and donate if you want.